It's June 11th, 2018, and it's time to review 5 of the most outrageous, infuriating, or just plain baffling things that have happened lately. It's your Facepalm 5. Let's count them down. Number 1. Hurricane Maria killed thousands of people in Puerto Rico, by the way. Last year, Donald Trump boasted of how low the death toll was in Puerto Rico following Hurricane Maria. Only 64 officially, which Trump declared was nothing compared to a real catastrophe like Hurricane Katrina. Trump even tweeted, "Nobody could have done what I've done for Puerto Rico with so little appreciation." Well, it just so happens that week before last, Harvard released a new report focused on the impact of Hurricane Maria and its aftermath on Puerto Rico, so let's take this as an occasion to appreciate what Trump has done for Puerto Rico, shall we? The Harvard study, which is published in the New England Journal of Medicine, concludes that the official death toll, which again is 64, is a substantial underestimate. The actual number of deaths attributable to Maria could be anywhere from 800 to over 8,000, but the authors of the study estimate the total number of dead at 4,645. That would make Maria the second deadliest natural disaster in American history, ahead of Katrina, behind only the Galveston hurricane of 1900. It is a virtual certainty that the sluggish, grudging, botched response to Maria from the Trump administration contributed to some of those thousands of deaths. Remember when Trump attacked the mayor of San Juan and complained that the people of Puerto Rico wanted everything to be done for them? Remember when he complained about the cost of the relief efforts and proclaimed mere weeks after the hurricane devastated the island that FEMA, the military, and first responders wouldn't be able to stay in Puerto Rico forever? George W. Bush's indifferent, inadequate response to Hurricane Katrina haunted him for the rest of his presidency, and rightfully so. Shame on Trump for standing by while thousands of Puerto Ricans died. And shame on all of us if we ever let him or anyone else forget it. Number 2, conservatives rush to misjudgment of Supreme Court's masterpiece cake shop decision. Last week, the United States Supreme Court ruled that it's okay to discriminate against gay people based on your religious beliefs, except, no, it didn't. While the court did decide in favor of the Colorado baker who cited his religious beliefs when refusing to make a cake for a same-sex wedding, it did so because it determined that the Colorado Civil Rights Commission had shown hostility toward the baker's religious beliefs. In other words, the ruling was based on and applied to only the facts of this particular case. It was not a broad ruling to establish a right to practice discrimination based on one's religious beliefs. But try telling that to the right-wingers who couldn't help but take a triumphant victory lap in the wake of the decision, which coincidentally was announced near the beginning of Pride Month. A few were so confused about the scope of the ruling that they belittled the media for accurately reporting on it. For example, Donald Trump Jr., who retweeted an AP story about the narrow ruling, commenting, "A 7-2 vote, pretty sure that's not narrowly." That apple didn't fall far from the tree, did it? Although he is right in a sense, a vote of 7-2 is not a narrow victory. This is a narrow victory. Number 3, there's an admitted pedophile running for Congress. Nathan Larson is running for Congress in Virginia, and he's not just a pedophile. He's also a white supremacist and a misogynist. Just so you don't think I'm selling him short. Week before last, Huffington Post published an interview with Larson where he claimed he hadn't committed any crimes, but also insisted that it was normal for adult men to be attracted to underage women, and that the word pedophile was, quote, just a label. In 2009, Larson was sentenced to federal prison for threatening to kill the president in a letter he sent to the Secret Service. He's also written in support of women being legally classified as property, first of their fathers and then of their husbands, and has called for the repeal of the Violence Against Women Act. In the HuffPo interview, when discussing his chances of winning the election, Larson cited frustration with political correctness and said, "People prefer when there's an outsider who doesn't have anything to lose and is willing to say what's on a lot of people's minds." Oh, God help us. Although, of all the things Larson is, one thing he isn't is a Republican. Which is weird, right? You just heard me, he has all the qualifications. Number 4, harassment pushes Star Wars star off of social media. Kelly Marie Tran, one of the stars of The Last Jedi, the 8th episode of the Star Wars saga, has deleted every post on her Instagram page after receiving months of racist and sexist abuse from self-proclaimed fans of the Star Wars franchise. Tran portrays Rose, the best character in one of the best of all of the Star Wars films, but since The Last Jedi opened in December, Tran, a woman of Vietnamese descent, has been targeted by an abusive mob of online trolls who seem to think Star Wars should be exclusively by and for white men. Tran isn't the first Star Wars actor to be bullied off of social media. Daisy Ridley, who plays Rey in The Last Jedi and its predecessor, The Force Awakens, deleted her Instagram account in 2016 following harassment she received after coming out in support of gun control. Judging by the response The Last Jedi has received, it was the top-grossing film of 2017 and garnered enthusiastic and overwhelming critical acclaim. The trolls are in the minority on this one, but unfortunately, that doesn't prevent them from toxifying a fandom that is dedicated to something they supposedly love. These sorts of things will continue to happen until social media platforms finally begin to address the problem of harassment in meaningful ways. In the meantime, Kelly Marie Tran has plenty of people on her side, including Luke Skywalker. And now it's time for the segment devoted to some of the other things Donald Trump has done recently to disgrace the presidency and embarrass and/or endanger the United States and the world. It's number 5, the further misadventures of Lord Dampnut. Please keep in mind, as always, the following is not a complete list. He told reporters, "We're going to have a little fun today," as he was leaving to visit school shooting survivors. Hey, there was another school shooting, by the way, in Santa Fe, Texas. 10 people were killed. I almost forgot. He responded to ABC canceling Roseanne following racist tweets from Roseanne Barr by making it all about himself, wondering when ABC was going to call to apologize for all the horrible statements made about him on the network. He tweeted, "Not that it matters, but I never fired James Comey because of Russia. The corrupt mainstream media loves to keep pushing that narrative, but they know it is not true." Apparently, he forgot that he previously admitted that he fired Comey because of the Russia investigation on TV. On his way into the G7, he declared that Russia should be invited back to the summit. Russia was suspended in 2014 following its annexation of Crimea, and it's been generally agreed that it would have to withdraw from Ukraine before being invited back. He imposed steel and aluminum tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and the European Union. When Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau challenged Trump's claim that the tariffs were necessary to protect American national security, Trump referenced the War of 1812, saying, "Didn't you guys burn down the White House?" Technically, no. It was British troops who set fire to the White House in 1814. What we know of as Canada today didn't really exist back then. It was a collection of British colonies. And even if that didn't happen to be the case, it was 200 years ago! God damn it, they're our closest ally and most important trading partner. What the fuck are you doing, you incompetent, clueless, dipshit motherfucker? He canceled a planned reception for the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles after several players announced they would not be attending and claimed he'd disinvited the Eagles because their players had knelt or remained in the locker room during the national anthem. Except none of the Eagles knelt or remained in the locker room during the anthem this past season. Trump was lying to save face. And finally, Trump announced that the planned meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un was back on. When a reporter asked him if he felt he was prepared, Trump responded, "I don't think I have to prepare very much. It's about attitude." Ah, I see. So it's sort of like work smart, not hard. Eh, Trump? Except you're not smart, and you don't work. So, anyway, that's 5. Speak out, act out, resist, and look after each other. Hey folks, thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of this one. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and also please consider helping me to make more videos like this one by supporting this channel through Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/Steve Shives to become a patron for as little as $1 a month. But if you go above and beyond and pledge, say, $5 a month or more, you can take advantage of some special perks in the Patreon campaign, including a shout out at the end of the Facepalm 5, just like these folks who are my latest $5 plus patrons. Agrel, thank you Agrel. Manuel Musehold, thank you Manuel. And Harry Ray, hi Harry, welcome back. Thanks everybody for watching, whether you're a patron or not, and I'll see you next time.